Hello everybody. Angie here, coming on to do a craft with me video, work on my art journals here. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing well. It's been a long time since I've pulled these out. I've been doing Temu hauls for the last several days, and I've been very anxious to get back to these art journals. So today we're just going to have a little play with one of these pages, and probably only one page today because a little bit time consuming. I tried to do a little bit off camera to save some time, but I hope you find it interesting and I hope you want to follow along with me today. Okay, so this page layout comes from a watcher. I'm not sure if they're subscribed or not. I didn't check that out. I wasn't even really bothered about that. But it comes from lkonrad56. They suggested that, they gave me a couple suggestions. So I thought I'd try and incorporate one of those. I had to kind of get it, wrap it around in my head, see how I'm going to do it. So it took me a minute, but but now that we're back to it, I'd like to give it a shot. So what it is lkonrad56 suggested that I take a children's book page of some sort and a double spread layout, use one half and then draw the other half and kind of finish the scene on my own. I think that's for the most part what I got out of the suggestion. So that's what I'm going to try and do today. So I picked a couple images out of my Disney book, and this was the pages just like this. Okay, now I did have to cut them down because these art journal pages are relatively small. So I had to cut them down to be able to fit in my art journal. So I positioned what portion of the image I wanted to save and try to incorporate into the journal, and this is it. Okay, so this is going to be the left alone side, and this is the side that I'm going to try and continue, so when you open the book you'll get a double page layout there. Okay, so for the blue sky and stuff, I chose to use this kind of aqua teal looking scrapbook paper. And I'm going to draw my image on that to kind of use that color as the scene of the ocean. Okay. And now I'm going to leave this here, and I'm going to leave this up here so hopefully you can see it. Okay. So then this will be my page. Okay. This is actually the page size. So this will actually have to get cut down as well. Some of her arm and some of this side. Or I could always just fold it over, something like that. Okay. And use it as like a flip. But this is the left and this is going to be the right. And as you can see, I did a small sketch. I don't know how well you can see that, but hopefully you can kind of see it. So I did that off camera, kind of drew, is that, I don't know what fish that is, a flounder, or no, it's a type of fish. I forgot the name. Anyway, I'd have to refer back to the book. My thoughts are focused on this sketch right now, so I can't think. Okay, so I sketched the three fish, and I thought I would focus on that mostly as my main element on the page, and then the rest I thought maybe just to add some different color and texture, I would actually just cut out some of this seaweed and glue that in. That's my thought. Okay, and then there's some little air bubbles here. I have a few little circles kind of sketched out, and I thought I would use my glossy accents for that. That looks really nice. It gives you a really nice glossy glass look. So I'll do some droplets of those on there, and then once that dries and sets, I think that'll look really nice. At least I'm hoping. Okay, so since I've got the sketch, now I don't know how well this is going to turn out, but I brought in some colored pencils. And this is just an extra piece because I didn't know how I'd mess up. I might have to start over. And I've done some erasing, and I did some really light sketching so I wouldn't damage the scrapbook paper, because when you erase, you kind of erase away some of the color off the scrapbook paper. So I tried my best to just go really light. Okay, and these are the remaining pieces of the page. Let me just show you that. So see there, that's that. So I had to cut that down. So I chose to focus on this portion here on that page, and then I just cut away her tail portion there in the bottom of the ocean there. And I figured I could use these as like a tag or something. Okay, so as I was saying, I brought in watercolor pencils as well as just some regular inexpensive regular colored pencils, and I thought we'd just try to color in the fish first. Okay, and I started it, but I was like, well, I could do this part with you guys on camera. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this process. It won't be too time consuming. But all I'm really going to do, and the colors are not going to match the sketch by any means, but I'm just going to add some different variations of color just to get some layering and, you know, a little texture, a little feel. I thought about drawing the fish out like 3 times and then cut it out and paste, you know, layers of paper, like do the yellow body and all that. But I thought, no, that's just going to be way too involved and time consuming. So I'm just going to kind of do it this way. I'm going to kind of like press deeply is what I'm doing right now. Get an outline. And then I meant to do a test before turning on the camera with you guys to see how this paper would hold up, because this is just regular scrapbooking paper, if I get it wet and use some watercolor on it. I've never used watercolor, you know, really focused on doing an art page on scrapbooking paper and, you know, brought in watercolors, pencils, or anything like that. So I don't know how well the paper is going to hold and receive that moisture. But we'll try it out. And if I ruin the page, you know what? It's okay. Because it's all really just a learning process. Okay, and I forgot his fin down there, so I need to add that little fella here. I'm just going to put it right there. So yeah, thank you, lkonrad56, for submitting a suggestion. I greatly appreciate that. I love it when watchers participate. I value everybody's time and consideration of watching my videos. And yeah, and lkonrad56 also suggested a second page, and I may just take that suggestion as well. I have to go back and read it and reevaluate that as well. But I'm pretty sure it had to do with hearts of some sort. I can't remember right now. Like I said, I'm kind of focused on this, but yeah. Okay, and that just adds a little different color variation of the blue. So we can and I chose this side because it was fairly simple. It wasn't real detailed. I figured I could. It's been quite a while since I've doodled and drawn. But I've done this technique. It's funny because that's what drew me to this in the first place. I've done this technique many times. I love doing this. I take a picture, tear it in half or cut it in half, what have you, and then I draw the other half. I first started this concept. It's funny how you remember things. This was way back in junior high. It was, I don't know if it was art, science, I don't know what subject I had to do this in. I want to say it was social studies, actually, where we had to take a picture and do exactly that, draw it, because what I did was, it was something of a map scene and that type of thing. So I think it was like social studies. And I absolutely loved it. I had such a good time, and I'm happy to say I got an A on that project. I remember going home immediately and showing my mom my good grade and, you know, all that good stuff. But I immediately was like, you know, can I have some magazines that I can tear up, and I want to do this and blah, 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 blah. And I created myself a little flip book. I mean, she had this comic book. Do you remember the Archies and Betty Boop and all those? Well, anyway, she had some of those old comic books laying around the house, and she goes, here, you can have these. I was going to throw them away anyway. So she gave me those. And oh my goodness, I had a blast. Casper, I remember Casper was one of them. And I think that's, I don't know. I had a blast. And yeah. So anyway, that's just a little quick story. But yeah, so I think that's what drew me to this suggestion. Because that memory came back to me immediately. And I have done this many times since then. So I think I'll just color this in, because as you could see, it's a darker blue. And then as far as the yellow body, I'm probably just going to leave it. I have some scrap piece here that I cut down. Well, the piece that I didn't use. I might see how the yellow will take to that. I'm just going to do a quick color here. And I'll pick it up closer to the camera every now and then to kind of give you a little... Okay, and this looks like it should be maybe a little darker. Bring a little more color in there. Now these ones that I'm using here are not watercolor pencils. These are just regular color pencils. But I did bring in my watercolor pencils just in case I want to try and bring in some water and see how it takes. Okay. Oh, and now his other little fin here. We need to get that colored in. Okay, so that's it for the blue other than his eyes. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this, but my mom is an artist. Her expertise, she used to do oil paintings. Oh my goodness, beautiful, so talented. She used to sell some of her work. Just random people would, come over, and family and this and that, and they'd see her beautiful drawings, and they'd say, oh, will you do this for me, and I'll pay you. And yeah, she would just bring in the black pupils here, and she'd make a little extra side money doing drawings. She doesn't do it anymore. She hasn't done it for many years. She said that just got too expensive, and the oils and the paints and stuff just got too pricey back then. I can't imagine now, but so she kind of just quit. She just started doing it more as a hobby, just because it was her passion. She loved to draw. And so there we go, coming along okay. All right, so for the mouth, I think I'm gonna use, see if I got a brown in here. I'm gonna go real lightly, kind of color in the inside of the mouth there. Now, like I said, the colors aren't going to be exact because I'm already starting on a blue-based paper, of course, as you guys could see. So the colors will change a little, but we're going to get the general. Okay, we need a pink for the tongue. I need to keep track of the time, too, so we could try to Guess I should move a little bit more swiftly here so we could try to get this done. If I don't get it done on today's video, I will finish it up off camera. So on the next craft with me for these art journals, we could move on to another page. You know, I don't want to take up too much time working on just this one. Okay, so let's do, I think, a darker brown. Well, I think we'll go the lighter one because it's almost, and I'm losing my sunlight. It's kind of a good color, close to the yellow. Kind of a soft, how cute. Not too bad. We'll go ahead and follow through with his eyes. You know, I don't even mind his blue face, actually. Let me grab, I have this littlest piece of scrap here. I'm just gonna really just, over a big, you know, the lining, outlining is one thing, but when I have to shade a whole bunch. Let me look at my watercolors here. See how the yellow. I don't think I want to bring water into this because I think I will mess it up. Because I actually don't think it's looking too bad at the moment. I'm wondering if maybe I go lightly with the yellow, just to kind of give it a little, I don't want to say shading, but shading is the word I'm going to use. And I'm just going real softly with the pencil. Well, it kind of helps. We'll go ahead and finish it out. There comes that sunlight. And there it goes. It's kind of brisk and cool today, but the sun is really nice. It makes a big difference when that sun is out. You know what? It's a funny thing. I actually love coloring. I don't get a chance to do it, you know, but when the kids come over, nieces and nephews, we'll color together from time to time. They're getting a little older now, so they don't like to color as much. They're more into those electronics. You know how that goes. And I'm not worried too much about getting every little spot. As you can see, I'm just kind of, I'm using the word shading, but I don't really mean shading. I'm trying to fill it in, but yeah, I think that looks pretty good, actually. And then for the light blue, let's find another blue here. That's kind of the same. Let's see which one we want to use here. It's too similar. Changes that color just a bit. Okay, let's get his fins here. It would be nice to use the watercolor though, because then we could soften those lines up a bit, but I'm okay with that. But if I actually had watercolor paper, I just didn't want to do it on white and then have to fill in all the background. I wanted to kind of move the whole process along a little bit, if you know what I mean. So I just chose this blue background paper. But there we go. Look at how cute he is. What do you think? All right. Now for the flower, we need some orange. And maybe a couple different shades of orange. And which one's dark? Okay. We'll do the outline. And I'm pressing pretty hard on this one. And do a little shading here. Hit all one side of the petals. Then I'll come in with the other shade and fill it in. And I'm not going to worry about those little white or little circular details. Oh, that's a pink. Ah, how good is my eyesight? Okay, well I'm going to have to use this. I only have one orange. I'm just going to kind of go lighter with that. Maybe hit it with a little bit of yellow. I might have to bring in some glitter. I think some glitter or something might look nice on here. Just to get a little sparkle. Oh, you know what? Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, so let's outline the fish. And they're kind of purple and this color. So to do that, I think we better start here. And then do their stripes. You guys still there? Hope you guys haven't given up on me. Some little bump or something on my mat. Okay, and then he's got a little small stripe back here. Okay. And I could always color that in a little bit better, but that's good for right now. All right, and we're using this for the yellow. Kind of do his body outline. I think that's pretty close. The pencil takes differently, the colored pencil takes differently to where I erased on the book, on the page. It's weird. Okay, we need some black. See, I can't even see. I'm using purple. Just goes to show. Oops. Pencil sharpener. I hope I have it close at hand. Yep, here we go. Sharpen that. Okay. And continue right along. Oh, he's got a little mole now on his face. From where the pencil jumped. Very cute. Okay. Next black. Keep them separate. Okay, keep track of the time here. Almost done. You'll be able to see most of the finished thing if I could get the glossy accents on there. Okay. So if anybody else has a suggestion, I would love to hear it. This is just, there's no theme or anything to this art journal. It's just a fun art journal. So there's no suggestions that are not welcomed and appreciated. Whether I use them or not, I appreciate it. But if I can, I definitely would love to incorporate your ideas. So feel free to leave me a message, and I'll see what I can do. Very cute. Okay, let's go over his outline. What do you think, guys? Okay, got his fins here. Do a light color of those. I'm glad I chose an easy picture. You know, fish aren't, for the most part, hard to draw. These ones aren't real detailed. But there we go, guys. What do you think? How'd I do? Okay. Now, just so the rest of this isn't completely, I wanted to bring in a little yellow to this flower. I thought maybe I could maybe trim away some of this seaweed. What do you think? And use some of it. Let's see. Maybe just a piece or two, just to add a little extra element to the page. Okay, I'm gonna have to get it out. There we go. Okay. Excuse me. Throat's getting a little dry. I don't need every little piece of it. We're just going to trim this piece here. Almost done. Yeah, let me bring in my finger blade here. Helps sometimes with the little small bits. Okay, here we go. And I think I can put it right there. And to get it behind the fish, just a little bit of white showing here, just try to remove some of that. Okay, so I'm going to put it right there. Okay, so I'm going to put it in place. And, oops, get some glue on there. Just try to get it down so I know where I want it. I think right about there. Okay, and then just to get an added element of layering, I'm going to cut away and tuck it behind his tail. Let's hope this works, guys. Okay. I think I cut it all the way. Come on, there we go. A little something there. And his fin here. Tuck that behind like that. What do you think? A little something. Okay. If you bring in this other piece here. This one I'm going to move a little bit quicker because we're almost out of time. And I'm going to have to stop the video. But we pretty much got it almost done. All I have to do is add the glossy accents, and that has to take a good 12 hours to set and dry. So when I do the next video, I will bring this page out and show you guys the finished result with the glossy accents. And I think actually I will probably I'm going to do the same thing behind and tuck this seaweed behind this flower. So I'm going to cut a slit here. And this piece of seaweed's going to live behind. Let's see if we could do that. How about that? I think I like it, guys. Thank you, Conrad. I am really enjoying doing this page for you guys. I hope you guys are enjoying watching it. Well, if I can see, now I'm trying to hurry. I know I'm a little pressed for time, so I'm getting fumble fingers. Okay, there we go. How about that? What do you think, guys? I think that looks cute. I think we need a little something up here. There was the writing, but once I bring the water elements up there, that might finish it out. Maybe we could do a little, I don't know, a little tuck spot or something up there. We'll see. But that is going to be my finished piece for this page, guys. So this is going to go in my journal just like this. This is the left side and this is the right side composition, and I'm going to fold that over so I won't have to cut away any of that image. Maybe we'll do a little tuck spot, put in a tag or something like that. Maybe we can utilize these pieces of some sort, but yeah, that comes at a later time. But that is my composition, taking a suggestion for a Conrad 56. Okay, well, that is it, guys. I hope you like it, and again, I will show you the finished look once I get it in the book. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I truly appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.